Who knows if they're even gonna be. So I think we covered this packs. I'm gonna do this in detail tomorrow, so I'm not gonna waste any more on that. It's important. GNPP is the most important, and Elixir of Poison Resistance. Being able to press it in an instance are the two major things if you want to survive this wing. Anything else, just have to trust me on that. But then, yeah, we can run through this. We're also gonna run into each of these packs, just because of the cooldown from the poison charge. So let's see how they do it. But it's warriors, the tanks, fan them out. Okay, this is just a repetition of this one. Fan them out. It's important they look outwards. Yeah, please.
I came in late, so I didn't catch the first part. Is the nature protection, is it for everyone or just the tanks?
It's for everyone. The GNPP is the major safety net in case the poison charge goes terribly wrong. Let's say the hunters are out of position or whatever, right?
I would just pre-pot one, wait the cooldown, and then go. That's basically it. I mean, EPR using a quick usage of EPR is way more important than GNPP, because if you have a double poison, GNPP doesn't do anything. You will just die.
Yeah.
If you're not quick on the EPR. So I mean that's the worst case, but yeah, it can happen.
Just to fundamentally understand what the poison charge is, it charges the farthest unit away. If the whole raid is the farthest unit, then it will charge the raid and do an AoE poison. So worst case, all 40 players get an AoE poison. The poison will initially tick for 3k or 2.5k nature damage, and then it will tick every 2 seconds for the same amount. So after 3 ticks, you're probably dead. Most people are dead. The issue is if there are packs with 2 of these poison spiders, right? If they charge the same target or the same rate, there are 2 poisons which tick initially for 2.5. So the initial tick is 5k, and after 2 seconds, another 5k. So in 2 seconds, everyone gets 10k damage. So in the worst case, in 2 seconds, the whole raid is dead, just from the poison, just to display the severity of this mechanic, right? So if we completely fail everything, the charge goes into the raid, and 2 seconds later, the whole raid is dead. So there's a 2-second window, and 40 players are dead. So that's
basically what I'm saying, right? You gain more time by having a GNPP pre-popped to use an EPR, but the EPR usage is...
The EPR is the main important. Palas Bubble, Poison Dispel, Druid, Poison Dispel. But the main important thing is to have the soakers, right? The soakers are what is the crucial part to play this ability, right?
GNPP gives you more reaction time. The
2 seconds.
GPR is what saves you.
It buys you 2 seconds. Or in a case of a double charge, not even that. But in a normal charge, it buys you 2 seconds,
Yeah, but like it's the EPR that saves you. It's
the
not
EPR. The EPR will save you, or a Petri, right? I think you can Petri. Right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can
but if you are smart and quick enough to Petri, then it shouldn't be any issue for you to rather EPR, right? Because it's the same button press and it doesn't cost you 50 gold, right? So if you're smart enough to Petri this, then you should be smarter to EPR it, because it's a low cost and it's a safe removal of the poison, right? You can spam it.
And this really should be a every raider thing. It's not the raid leader's call to keep an eye on everyone.
I will stress this as much as I can. Bind it on your major abilities. Bind EPR on your Bloodthirst, on your Heroic Strike, on your Frostball, what have you, on your Flash Heal, on your Shield, on your Aimed Shot. Bind it on your Aimed Shot. Arcane Explosion. Bind it on your Aimed Shot, bind it on your Multi-Shot, bind it on all these abilities you are spamming anyways, right?
It will only get consumed. This is on everyone need to do this. It's on everyone's responsibility to do this. You can't rely on a raid leader or anyone. You should just keep an eye on this.
We can't even rely on the hunters. We have so many safety nets. We could even survive a full charge into the raid if everyone uses EPR. Even that could happen, right? But then I think the first packs, the way we are playing this, when the hunters, I mean, if the hunters fail on the first packs, even then it can be very dangerous. So everyone, please be ready to EPR, have a GNPP, and nuke Skull as soon as possible. And the tanks just face away the carrion spinner. These are the ones that with the frontal cleave. And decurs only on the tanks and on the low HP targets. These are all the same packs all the time. We're gonna explain Anub before this pack, then kill this pack quickly with rage pooling, and then move straight into Anub. And Anub is we have to rebuff Salvation on the tanks after this, because there will be 6 tanks at least without Salvation, so we have to rebuff this. Then you can swap your Arch and Dawn Trinket, because these are the first undead. The spiders are not undead, but these are undead, so Arch and Dawn makes sense here. Dismiss the Hunter Pets. It's very important, but they can die. I think they can die from the spike, and then we get 10 of these little spiders, which we don't want. If any unit dies, he spawns 10 little spiders, which are super annoying.
Yep.
So just dismiss pets here. That's important. Cinders keeps pot CD up. Every other melee will fab. Rangers spread out in the room. We can do even groups left side of the room, odd groups right side of the room, spread out. There will be this spike ability, which you can dodge. Otherwise, you get thrown in the air and take a little damage, which is easily survivable. And
we should, by all accounts, one phase this guy.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Locust Swarm here. That makes
you shouldn't.
So you will keep your potion city ready. Melees will attack the ads first. So we're gonna cleave on the ads. So we're gonna attack the ads. Stack Thunder Armors on all 3 units. I mean, you can do the boss. Everyone else can do the ads, and then cleave from the ads on the boss. Plate Fury, Recklessness, Death Wish, what have you, everything. Zapper. And the fab, of course, because the ads root, and then if you're out of position rooted, then you're doing 0 damage, and this could be dangerous if you're doing 0 damage. We need every damage we have, so fab is the main consumable here. But that's it about it, and then we just cleave from the ads and the boss, Zuk the boss, and that's it. Not gonna talk about anything else here. Then we move to, or is there any additional?
No, there's nothing more. No,
that's it.
And when the ads die, they spawn spiders, right?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Worth mentioning.
So you will have potion cooldown ready. That means you can do the next pack. Why is it shown 3 times here? Okay.
He's explaining through a long time, and he just keeps replaying.
They are skipping this pack. I mean, whatever. This gate, there was also the Skitterer Patrol, which runs around the room. We can pull them actually through the gate, or you can open it first. We're gonna let it run into us, then you will do AoE taunt and we bomb them. So the next pack is actually interesting because there are 2 ways I have seen in hardcore doing it. There's the way they are doing it here, running into them, right? Which is, I don't know, I don't have a strong opinion on this, but I don't really like this because the cleave damage could be really sketchy here in this narrow room when you run in. So I would actually like to pull them out. If there's no obligations from anyone here in the Discord, I would just hunter shoot them, pull them out, and use the room outside to fan them out, move them, face them away. The big one cleaves heavy and also turns around to shoot these spikes, similar as Anub. But in general, the carrion spinner are the dangerous ones again with the cleave and the decurs. So it's important that the healers and range stay on the range camp and stay very far away from these. Don't go close to these. We're gonna play the pack on the other side as well, which they are skipping here. So the left and the right one, pulling them out. I mean, it's also good for just building a habit here. Then the next room here, I would actually love to wait here at this position around the corner and wait for the spider patrol, right? There is a double poison charger spider patrol down the ramp, which they are not seeing here and not even scouting for it. So there they come, Skull and X, right? So I would actually wait for them because there is a second yeah, they're pulling everything together, right? But the two Necrostalker, so the big ones, do the same poison charge, and then there's the next patrol. So I don't know the exact patrolling from them, but I think both of them patrol upstairs in the room where they just came from. I'm pretty sure. So it might be, if you're very unlucky, that you pull all four of them. And this is an instant Petri out, right?
You have one patrolling in Maxena's room. Ferlina, I mean, sorry.
No, that's completely
No.
different. That's a Skitterer pack. I'm talking
Yeah, okay, yeah.
strictly
Never
about
mind.
these Venom Stalkers, the big one, Necrostalkers. And there are two patrols. One patrols, I think, between this where they are now and upstairs in the room where they came from, and the second one as well. So they both share kind of similar patrolling route, I'm pretty sure. So what
Yes.
we are gonna do is Lem will have assist and he will scout them with mind vision and mark both patrols. And then we're gonna wait 100%. We're gonna wait here, back here on this spot. We're gonna wait for the first patrol 100%. We have done the same as PE and we never had issues here. I've seen many guilds that do it faster, and it is definitely slow to wait here. I agree, but in my opinion, it's the safest because then we don't have to have sketchy double pulls. Because sometimes the packs, the Skitterer packs, link into the Necrostalkers and chain pull the two next packs or something like that.
Just a question:
Yeah.
does Kekos and Lem know when it's safe to pull and where the Necrostalkers have to be? Or
No,
is
we
that
don't.
okay?
But that comes with experience. I mean, Lyria's there. Maybe he can show, and I'll just look around, look along, just like we did on in AQ.
So what
They-
I understand is I would actually just run into them. I would wait for them to finish their
I mean,
patrol.
those Necrostalkers, of course, but I'm talking about the ones below now. When you see the patrolling right
Okay.
now,
Okay, but let's
so
finish this one first. My idea was we wait for them to patrol upstairs. When they are at the end of their patrol,
yeah,
I was just here. Let's imagine where Star is are the Necrostalkers, right? They are standing there. This is the end of their patrol path, right?
yeah.
At this point, every one of us moves into them, and the hunters just run around the corner and stand here behind, right? So everyone moves into them, and I have to go my
Yeah, I heard it.
away.
Go for it.
I think maybe sometimes I want to give him like 3 minutes to.
How old is AC?
He's like almost here, 2 years old, like 20 months now. Yeah, sometimes I want to give him practice to find himself to sleep again. I thought this is like if I go there every time immediately, he will never really learn to
Nope. He gets an attention more.
And it seems like he is already asleep again. So that's why I think we just walk into them and have the hunters again here just go around the corner and stay in the back here between the doors here, right? Right? I think this is the safest approach. We run into them,
Yeah.
kill Skull first, and X might get a charge off, right? So it might happen that X charges from where Star is to where the hunters are, like here in the back. But that means the 3 hunters will get the poison charge, and that's it. The important thing is that the whole raid, and this is something I have to explain tomorrow. I don't have to forget it. The whole raid has to move onto the melee camp, of course, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. If the whole raid chills in the back with the hunters, then we didn't gain anything, right? And there's also the thing that we might pull the Skitterer patrol over there together with this patrol pack, which isn't bad, right? Because the mages will be up there anyways, and we can just AoE taunt, bomb the Skitterer, and then continue on the spiders.
But it's still nicer. I mean, I can understand. We're all here to learn, or most of us are here to learn also. But if some other priest like Orlyria or you, Quack, can show me the mind control or the mind visioning, see what is going on.
It's not rocket science, Lem. I would just
No, I understand, but still.
you just need to see it once, and then you're totally familiar. And I also can tell you where the necrostalkers have to be. So if you go a little bit further in the video right now, they kill it right here. We kill it a little bit behind. We heard that. And the next pack is basically the important one. So you're basically mind visioning the necrostalkers, the next one. You can make a target mark, whatever you want, but they should never be on the left spot here. They should always be. We pull the left pack here from the small ones, and they should be at the very, very right, so you don't end up chain pulling. So just wait until those necrostalkers, they are going far behind the right corner, and then you can basically pull single packs without chaining.
We wait until they are on the right side and pull the skitterers alone first. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And then we have to play the Necrostalker again, and then this is gonna be the same as this. Basically, we're gonna walk in here after the skitterers are dead. So we're gonna pull the skitterers single first, get the Necrostalkers. And here I think it is important, I might be mistaken, that the hunters really don't break the line of sight through the mountain terrain, through the uphill, or the barrels on the left side. On the left side you see this barrel on the ground. This could actually kind of break line of sight, if I'm not mistaken. So it's important that the hunters have a clear line of sight to the charge here. I'm not very experienced.
It's not the barrel, it's the ledge, which
what we used to do in Project Alvin is actually different. We pulled these guys all the way up to this spot here, actually. To the left. Do you see the barrels on the left? The crates and the barrels? There is a little corner, right? On the left here, there's a little alcove where you can stand in, where you see the green poison. So there's a wall you can hide behind, and we put them all the way back up into this room. But I don't think this is really necessary, because it doesn't give you any advantage. It just gives you a disadvantage that the charge is immediately off cooldown. And if you peek around the corner, they just will charge you and the whole raid, right? Which has happened. So that's why I would like to change this from what we did in PE. So yeah, we'll see how it has worked. It's also first time for me leading this, so but it's gonna be good. Then we're gonna kill the packs on the other side, and let's go to Felina Trash. Everyone should have fire protection up. I think shadow protection doesn't harm. It's not super mandatory, or arcane. But let's see. So they're pulling everything together, which is not ideal. It doesn't look very messy. So I gotta tell you what we will do. So you see the spider patrol on the left side. We're gonna wait until it's on the other side of the room, just like that. They are pulling, but this is way too late. They're pulling, and they should pull them line of sight behind the left corner. Then they go down, and they are pulling the spider patrol, but I don't know why. Because this ad is standing too close. Then they chain pull the other pack. This is just Petri out, by the way, right? This is a Petri out. This is
lights are always Petri out.
This is
too much of
this is immediately Petri out. Yeah, this is immediately Petri out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait until the spider patrol is at the end of their patrol on the other side of the room, and then pull the two acolytes pet separately and line of sight them around the left corner here in the back where we are coming down from, right? You see it on the map here on the top. Where we came down from, this is where we're gonna line of sight them and let them come disciplined, let them come all the way back, and then we can use the room. They actually have a knockback, and the acolytes can be interrupted. So we're gonna assign rogues on the acolyte. There's gonna be one rogue on every acolyte, and we're gonna have this. But that's it. Then we're just gonna have to wait for the spider patrol. We're gonna clear 1, 2, and maybe the third acolyte pack here left when the spider patrol is away, and only then So it's the easiest if we pull these 3 in the front first and then do the spider patrol. Because then we don't risk any social aggro. Because the spider packs, as we already said, if you shoot one of the spiders from a hunter, the other 7 spiders will sometimes or mostly always just keep running and might social body pull another pack, right? And then from then on, it's just rinse and repeat, pull these back behind the corner, don't get knocked in the other group and interrupt. I think they are playing it way too close to the other packs, so which I really don't like. I want to keep more distance to the other pack. But yeah, they are just speed running, or playing it faster at this point. I mean,
yeah, but this is softcore. We're watching softcore. You need
yeah,
to
exactly.
keep that in mind.
So just respect the knockback, position yourself so that you can knock back where we came from. Then we're gonna log out and explain Felina real quick, I guess. Felina, I have posted a picture somewhere in the raid chat, but I think it might get lost somewhere. But it's just Lyria will stand there where blue is currently. Lyria is standing there. The Savi will stand a bit behind him and heal him and also be backup for a disconnect, whatever. We're gonna mark the follower and the worshipper. We're gonna kill the follower first, which are Skull and X here on the platform. We're gonna mark them, but these are these ones that look different, the 2 ads. So we're gonna kill them first, and then they're gonna be the worshippers, which are 4 of them, the 4 ads, which are tanked by me and Adava, and we're just gonna off tank them next to Lyria, like a bit distance, but Lyria will straight away mind control the first one, the blue, and detonate it. And then we have Moon and 2 others, which we off tank by Adava and me, and everyone else will damage the followers first, and then Felina. Melees, it's very important that you watch for the parry haste. So Melees, this is the most important thing for you here. Dodge the Rain of Fire, have a GFPP up, and repop it, actually, if it's absorbed from one. I would really not advise to use any other potion here in the first kill. The Rain of Fire damage is the most dangerous here. It ticks for 3k, and it comes a lot. If you're unlucky, you will have a lot of Rain of Fire, and this is just not noob Rain of Fire like in Scholomance or whatever. This really hurts. And the most important thing for the main tank is the parry haste. So because the main tank has to move the boss that often, if we have unfortunate Rain of Fire, you have to move him in a predictable pattern, Cinders, right? So you cannot just zigzag like you want to. Just try to move her in a predictable pattern, like a small half circle around this stage, right? Just keep circling around the green circle there, right? Kinda. So you don't want to move too far away from the healers and from Lyria, and you don't want to zigzag all the time to confuse the melee so that they parry haste the boss. I have died 2 times here almost due to parry haste. I got hit to like 4% and 5% 2 times here, even with Naxx gear. So she really hurts a lot. That's why we are gonna have Demo and Thunderclap on, and you just move her in a predictable pattern all the time. Let's see. Yeah, everyone else, rangers, healers, stay away from Lyria. So use the other side of the room, the middle and the left side, spread out for the Rain of Fire, but stay away from the platform because there's also this Widow's Embrace, the silence from the followers. The followers can charge and then they can silence anyone around it, so spread out a bit. It's just in the beginning because we will kill them eventually, but just watch out for the beginning. But that's it. Lyria is advised to detonate every 25 seconds just to be safe. Detonate, in case you don't know, it removes her ability to enrage or use her poison nova. It might be that she poison novas just in the beginning when she's still enraged, but then you just have to EPR again. Everyone EPRs poison nova, then she will get silence from the detonate. and then we keep her silenced every 25 seconds. Right, but I think that's just about it. It's about the mind control, controlling the ads in the beginning, and Cinder's not dying and keeping threat and not parry hasting, and managing the rain of fire as best as possible. So I guess Paladin's fire as aura in every group is not a bad idea for sure. Might even in a tank group might armor still be better, and also we have a warlock. But yeah, that's that. I think there's not much to add to this, right? Is there? No, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
Okay, then yeah, let's see how the fight here goes. Oh, well, still fighting this. Yeah, so let's see how they do it. Yeah, the worshippers, you see they are dragged out by the off tanks. Rain of Fire, you see it in the back, hits for quite a lot. The worshippers are standing on the right side. You see the mind control is happening. And this is where you should tank her, like don't like not move too far away in the back, right? Because at some point healers cannot reach you, right? That's very important, Sin, for you. They are lucky with the Rain of Fire. He can just stand there without moving, right? Oh, they are showing different POVs from the kill. That's not bad. Or it might even be different kills entirely, right? Because
Yeah,
this
it's
is
different kills. In the video, it's different kills.
yeah. So this is good. You get different angles and even different positioning. This time they are tanking on the left side with the mind control, and you see the Rain of Fire is this time not so lucky. So you see melees dropping a lot from the Rain of Fire. Yeah, this is still the Rain of Fire damage, right? Where the melees are
Yeah.
dropping. So please respect this. This is a massive Rain of Fire ticks. They tick. I think they tick for
Again,
2 or 3K.
we're watching softcore. It's good to see it though.
But the damage will be the same on hardcore, not like.
Yeah, but I mean that's why it's good to see. Like if you don't respect it, this is what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, the Rain of Fire damage is not as bad as it's not double Rain of Fire. In softcore, I always stand it as a mage in the Rain of Fire and still cast. I don't recommend it to do that at all here. But if you have a GFPP popped and the Fireball on a mage, you don't even have to move out on those things. But yeah, it's not something I recommend in hardcore for sure. But it's mostly the double stack of a Rain of Fire which is crucial.
Just go out.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But the poison charge is also probably harder then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The next pack is similar. It's the same like the 2 we did before. I think we're also gonna go in and turn them around immediately. There's a patrol, a skitterer patrol coming from the right side. If we're unlucky, are we just gonna wait until it's gone and then move in? Yeah, that's easy. We're gonna wait until this patrol is on the other side of the hallway and then go into the pack before. Important about this pack, usually for some reason warriors have the tendency to charge into these because they feel so confident, everything went well, and yada yada yada. So they are also already in the Zuk brain mode for some reason. And then they charge into this and
warriors are also in the Zug mode.
Yeah, but then they charge into this before the tanks arrive, and then they get
Yeah.
clapped. So this is something also healers cannot catch up, etc. So just don't disrespect this pack here. And then we move into the kind of plague wing part of the spider wing. So we have these ghouls from the plague wing. They are the same abilities. They enrage at 50%. You can disarm and stun them. And you have the Shade of Naxxramas in the middle of the room, which shoots massive shadowbolt volleys and can really wipe the raid quickly. But you can fortunately hodge him, so Paladin will hodge the Shade of Naxxramas. We are not gonna skip this for sure. We're gonna play all of this trash, everything. So because we have to clear this room for the spider patrol that's coming, and I don't wanna rush it here. So we most likely gonna kill the ghouls on the right side first, pull them up this bridge here, and make sure that we are not breaking line of sight, right? Quack mentioned this last time. So this bridge has a little line of sight breaker for the healers. So we're gonna pull them up, tank them where the Thunder Fury tank is right now, and the healers stay behind where the healers are right now, basically. And then we can pull the Shade of Naxxramas, move in, hodge him, kill him, play the second ghouls wherever we want, and then play these two acolytes here. Just pull them around the corner, line of sight. The second one will follow, and just kill them. They are not much to mention about these. They are killing the trash here, and there you can see the spider patrol, right? So this spider patrol, again, as the two patrols before, necrotic stalkers, they we're gonna wait until they have ended their patrolling path, or maybe if they are like this, we can also move in. Everyone moves in, the whole raid moves in, everyone moves in, and only the 3 hunters stay behind. The poison charge is like as I said, they charge the farthest unit, and then around this unit in a 10-yard area, it's pretty small, kinda. They will apply the poison that kills people. And hunters make sure nature resist and also repop GNPP every time. Yeah, Quack.
Just quick for you as a raid lead, Phoenix. It's very important that you mark the acolytes and the ghouls because those need kicks and stuns. So I saw that here that there are some targets missing or marks missing, and especially on the acolytes and the ghouls, we need that the rogues should stun the ghouls, that they don't enrage and hit someone. And the acolytes should be kicked also by mages on cooldown basically, and also mark the mind controlling priest that no one is going close to him. That's basically the marking part from your side as a raid lead, and which is important.
Yeah, I will mark the ghouls for sure, and also the acolytes. Yeah, but good addition. Yeah, they're pulling pretty quickly. I'm not gonna pull that quickly tomorrow. It's also my first time. I also need to learn the ropes a bit here. But yeah, in any case, could still be that the spider patrol arrives here. It's not the spider patrols very far, so then we have to wait. But then that's it. We're gonna go into Maxna here, and yeah, this is definitely the hardest boss tomorrow. Yeah, just because if anything goes wrong, it might be the end of the guild because you cannot really petri out. We'll just still lose 10, 15 people even if the petri out happens. But yeah, this is just, don't want to scare anyone away, just saying this is what I am afraid of. But this can only happen if Cindes dies, and if Cindes dies, either he or we fucked up pretty badly because we have so many safety nets here as well. So the beginning of the fight is just tank and spank. You see the web spray timer on the right here. Web spray 24 seconds. It happens every 20 seconds, but in the beginning, every it happens every 20 seconds. Just gonna go through the web spray real quick because it's the most important ability to understand the web spray here. This is the most inherent mechanic you have to understand. Okay, they are killing her before the web spray. Perfect. Yeah, well, if you have 25 warriors, yeah, maybe that works. Maybe let's see if there's a web spray happening here.
I'm guessing we're gonna aim for 2 web sprays, right?
We will have 2 web sprays. We will not.
Yeah, I think so. To make it safe as possible.
So this is all right. So this is the interesting part. So the web spray has 5 seconds cooldown, and she is at like what, 40%, 35%. So this would be a damage stop, right? So it's important to understand 2 things. she has an enrage at 30%, where she says Giga Uber killing machine, right? At 30%, she goes into an enrage where she's just a Giga Uber killing machine with 150% more attack speed and 100% more damage or whatever. It's just insane, right? So in order to survive this enrage or berserk, the tank has to shield wall. Every healer has to be like crazy giga on the main tank, right? This is the hardest damage Cinder has ever received in hardcore by far. Like, you will never have been slapped so hard as you're gonna be hit by this enrage. I bet.
Hooray!
So in order to not lose the whole raid to this enrage, because what happens if Cindes dies, she will in like half a second kill the next 5 melees, right? Cindes dies, half a second later 4 melees are dead, or 5 melees, because of the 150% attack speed multiplier, right? She would just machine gun the melees. Maybe I'm overestimating, maybe it's a bit slower, but you get the idea,
You
right?
aren't.
She
That's
will
exactly what's gonna happen.
she will kill Sin, and then she will kill the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, and this in like milliseconds or whatever, right? So it's like a machine gun kill. And this is what we have to avoid. And how we avoid it is by shield wall and kill her while the shield wall is up. That's it, right? So pop every cooldown, recklessness, death wish, every trinket, every potion, and kill her from 30% to 0% in these 6-second shield wall execute phase. You can also like have like a last stand then. No, you don't have a last stand, so forget what I just said. Okay, kill her in the shield ward. That's it. Point. You have a stone shield potion, etc. Though this is the one thing that is important to keep in mind. But what makes this harder is the web spray. The web spray happens every 20 seconds, and it will stun the whole raid for 10 seconds. So if we if they put her to 30% now, let's see if they're doing it. Let's say she's at 30% now, then she enrages, and suddenly the web spray happens, and the whole raid is stunned. So you can all imagine what happens if the whole raid is stunned and she enrages on the main tank with every healer stunned, right? It's not going to go out well, I can tell you. So that's the thing you have to understand, the combination of the berserk and the web spray. So what you have to do is you have to time the web spray and the berserk. So what you do is you push her to 35% and then do a damage stop. You wait for the web spray, and when the web spray ends, after the web spray ends, everyone pops cooldown and nuke her, send it, shield wall, everything. You have theoretically then still 20 seconds to kill her, but even the 10 seconds from shield wall should be enough. That's like the main thing, right? There's also the question how Cindes is going to survive the first. We're going to have 2 web sprays around like 70% and then around 35%. And in order to survive the normal web sprays without her being berserk, we will have him equip a shield, use last stand, and 3 healers will petri. They're just gonna pre-petri the web spray, right? So from what I was told, I'm not an expert, you can like 0.2 seconds before the web spray you should petri, and then the petri puts you out of the threat table for this half a second or whatever. So if you time it perfectly, you're not on the combat table, on the threat table for the web spray, and it will not see you as a unit, and that's why you will be ignored by the web spray. So if all healers manage that, then there will be 3 healers that can still heal Cindes through the 10 seconds web spray. Other than that, it's still important that there are HOTS and the abolish poison HOT from the druid are up on the tank before the web spray, because there's also a poison from her that reduces healing by 80% or 75%. So that's usually what they do on softcore. I bet they just hot the tank, shield him, and abolish poison, and then they don't petri, I assume. So I guess. I don't know. I don't
Yeah, but you're
see.
right. Like that and Stone Shield up.
I don't.
This
s-
monster is a Stone Shield.
I don't
And
see
like
a.
Reju and
I don't
every
see.
hot boss.
Yeah, you see all healers are in the web spray here. You can see it in the raid frame, right? There's no one
Yeah.
that is not in the web spray. So that means the tank just survives it by a last stand, shield, and hots, and abolish poison. Abolish poison is from the druid that ticks for 8 seconds and removes the poison.
Do Paladin bubbles prevent web spray?
No, cannot bubble this. It's just a petri. Yeah, that's the thing. The petri doesn't inherently prevent the web spray, but it will put you out of combat. That's the trick I was told. So
Same with Vanish.
it removes you. So I guess Roxanne can do it as well if they want to keep pumping. But
Yep.
it doesn't make really sense. So, but you can. So they remove you from combat but you have just half a second to do this trick. Yeah. Let's not talk about what happens if we die. If Sinless dies, then you can try to light off a loon or. But it's whatever, right? If Sinless dies, should not happen. So let's not talk about.
If I die, the only like real saving grace is if Adwar is second in threat, and he has done the exact same thing as I have for the web spray.
Yeah, but it might be even that healers are not switching to him fast enough. I don't know. Like he will also be surprised. He will be in dual wield. Might be just
No. I mean, like if he's on second, he needs to be second in threat and do the exact same thing that I do pre web spray. That's
you're talking about if you die in the web spray.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only way to prevent like minimum of 5 people dying. Like if I die, then Adwar will be taking the hits, and he is pretty much as juiced up as I am.
I don't see you dying in the normal web spray. I rather see you dying in the enrage, like the berserk, right?
Yeah, this is true, but I mean, like if we want an extra safety net, that's the only one we have.
You're right. Absolutely right. He should do this. I really we also did this on Lower Thab, on Naxx, on a couple of bosses. You can just have Adavar second in threat, and in case you die, you can just continue. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that can save us from like a guild wipe.
Yeah, exactly.
So to speak.
Good point. So we're gonna do this then, exactly. And even if you die on the berserk, then
then same thing happens.
He should just be ready to then insta last stand or whatever. Yeah, but let's hope it doesn't happen. I mean, I don't want to scare anyone. It's very unlikely. Usually it's like driving a car on the highway, right? If you are cautious and drive like you learn in driving school, nothing ever happens. It's only when you start feeling overconfident and speeding and cutting corners, and you know what I mean, then when the shit starts to happen. So when we feel too confident in farm content, right? Yeah, but that's it. I'm just gonna check for